Hey guys, so we're going to do a reading, and it's been a little bit since I've read on Trumpy Trump, so there's some stuff, and I'm just loving the Jack Smith, the pressure, the pressure is on, and one of the things is, are we even going to see a trial? Okay, because Jack Smith has done a pretty bold move. It's a clever move. Of course, now remember, he's the other Gemini. He's born like June 5th, 1969. So 1969 was a serious year, with the hippie movement. And here he comes. He was born to take Trump down. Okay, period. And stuff. He's the other Gemini. So we got, Trump's a Gemini. We all know he's the bad guy. And if you think he's a good guy, you're on the wrong channel. But that's okay. If you want to watch the reading, that's fine. And if you want to watch me read how, Jack takes him down, okay, that's cool too. But anyway, but the thing is, Trumpy Trump and his lawyers, the ones that that are still sticking with him, he probably had to pay them in advance because he's infamous for not paying his lawyers or really any fucking money. Okay, but he doesn't have the best of the best lawyers here and stuff. And Jack Smith is pretty good at what he does. So what he's done is he's taken something straight to the Supreme Court. He's asked for it to be expedited to deal with Trump trying to claim this whole immunity from prosecution that he's trying to do. So I'm just going to show a short clip, and then we're just going to read on what, the Supreme Court's going to decide. See if we can predict it, okay? And let me just get adjusted, get the blood flow here. I'm so excited, but yeah, I like Jack and stuff. He's my age because I'm born in '69 too. So, it's like, yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm fucking ready for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you what's going on.
Breaking news, big move by Jack Smith. What do you make of it?
I think it's a brilliant move, Chris, because essentially what they're saying is we're going to do whatever we can to get a ruling from the Supreme Court on presidential immunity as soon as we can. And we're going to make a two-tracked effort. First, we're going to ask the Court of Appeals to expedite its briefing schedule, but we're not going to wait for them. In the meantime, we're going to ask the Supreme Court for what's called certiorari before judgment. It's a very rare procedural move where you essentially get to leapfrog the Court of Appeals. My friend Steve Vladeck, who's a law professor at the University of Texas, has written extensively about this. And I asked him, how many times has this been used in recent years versus historically? It was granted 0 times between August 2004 and February of 19, but 19 times since February of 2019. It became a popular procedural maneuver during the Trump years. Here you see the special counsel using it against the same allies that were essentially the big benefactors of this mechanism during the Trump years.
Okay, so, and yeah, maybe we should show a little bit. Hold on, let me see if I can find one that's not super long and stuff. I guess they're all kind of long. We'll just cut into... Yeah, and of course Fox News, they want to talk bad about Jack Smith. Look, Jack Smith's doing his job. He's doing his job. But yes, so, here's one for 3 minutes. So this is on ABC News. He asked SCOTUS to weigh in on Trump's immunity claims. Let's look at it here.
There's also breaking news just coming in from the Supreme Court at this hour. It comes after this extraordinary move by Special Counsel Jack Smith. The urgent request he took straight to the court, trying to get ahead of Donald Trump's attempts to slow down the legal process.
He knows what, see, Jack knows what Trump's doing.
Weigh in on Donald Trump's claim that being president gives you absolute immunity from prosecution. And tonight, the court already signaling it will consider weighing in. Here's Jonathan Carl.
Tonight, the Supreme Court has granted an extraordinary request by Special Counsel Jack Smith to quickly consider whether to hear arguments and to rule on Donald Trump's claim that he has total immunity from prosecution for anything he did while in the White House. The lower court has already rejected Trump's claim of absolute immunity. Judge Tanya Chutkin writing, being president, quote, does not confer a lifelong get-out-of-jail-free pass. Trump has appealed, a process that could delay the trial in the January 6th election interference case and could put it past the 2024 presidential election. In an effort to get ahead of Trump's appeals, Smith went right to the Supreme Court. The United States recognizes this is an extraordinary request, Smith wrote. This is an extraordinary case.
Yes.
Smith says the case is also central to American democracy, writing, A cornerstone of our constitutional order is that no person is above the law.
Exactly.
Trump once again said he would be a dictator if he gets back to the White House, but only on his first day in office.
You know why I wanted to be a dictator? Because
neither Trump's legal problems nor his recent controversial comments have hurt his standing as the clear frontrunner for the Republican nomination. In fact, a new poll shows his biggest lead yet in the state that votes first. The Iowa caucuses just 5 weeks away. One of his rivals, Nikki Haley, was asked about Trump's fitness to serve by our Lindsay Davis.
Do you think Donald Trump today in 2023 is fit to be president?
It's not about fitness. I think he's fit to be president. It's should he be president. I don't think he should be president. You can't defeat Democrat chaos with Republican chaos, and Donald Trump brings us chaos.
The Supreme Court gave Donald Trump and his legal team 9 days to respond to Jack Smith's request for a quick ruling on his claim of absolute immunity. The request for the Supreme Court to take up, hear arguments, and rule so quickly on such a monumental issue is highly unusual, but it is not without precedent, David. Back in Watergate, the Supreme Court did it when the issue was whether or not Congress could get access to Richard Nixon's Oval Office tapes.
Well, very quickly then, the question is, will they now? John Carl with Movement, though, he reported on just here tonight. Thank you, John. We'll stay on this.
Okay, so that's what's going on. It's a big move. It's a big move. And see, that's the thing. Trump has always tried to be, be with this whole president, he's above the law type thing. Okay, that's what he's hoping for. So, and where, Jack Smith is doing his job, nobody's above the law. Okay, nobody's above the law. And he seems to really believe in justice. So let's just go ahead and ask the question, will Jack be successful with the Supreme Court, in getting the ruling so he can kind of go on and do this thing and Trump can't do this whole immunity deal? Will Jack be successful? Okay, so we can all see a trial. All right, so let's check it out. We got Thoth. Of course, we're doing Thoth for it. But yeah, we'll Jack. And Jack's my age, so if Jack ever wants to ask me out to dinner, I'm going. Is he married? I don't think he's married. Okay. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. I know. I'm just teasing. But, he's growing a fan club, And I like the fact he's mysterious. He's keeping himself out of the public eye. Nobody can, I do see the failure card, and stuff, as far as Trump and stuff, Trump's about to get fined a lot of money. It's just a matter of how much at this point with the trial that's going on right now for him. Okay, but will Jack be successful? Will he get his victory? Because see, one of the things is, yes, it's a Trump-stacked court. But are they going to do the right thing? I mean, there are times they've made the right moves, even though they are, a Trump-stacked court. Okay, yeah, they're about to chew his swords in. They're about to be faced with a decision, a choice. Okay, let's go ahead and focus. Oh, there's Trump's card. Knight of Swords. Is this Gemini going to make it? I don't know what Jack's card is. I'll have to find out. Maybe he's the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords is not... But I got the Ace of Swords on the bottom. The Prince of Swords is not... what was I going to say? The best card for him. I don't know, because, he is an air sign. We'll find out. We'll see what Jack is. Let's go ahead and get to it, see what's going on. Yeah, the Hermit, I feel Jack is keeping, that's one of the things. He's keeping very quiet, in seclusion. He's all art of war. Okay, so people, they would like to kind of get to know what he's doing, what he's about. We don't know a lot. He keeps a lot of things private. Oh yeah, he's when he comes out with his trial, it's probably going to shock us all. Okay, so a lot of things, but also He's got the Hermit card, which can represent that Virgo wisdom energy. I should check his chart, see if there's any Virgo in there. But he's got a lot of wisdom, not just knowledge, but wisdom. But he's keeping everything quiet under wraps, except for now he made this very clever move. Yeah, it appears to be a clever move, because you take out the immunity issue, then you can't wrap up all these appeals and all this stuff. Done. If he gets his way, it's a heck of a move. Okay, it's clever. And stuff, strength. Okay, the one thing, and this is also the Nine of Wands. Okay, so one of the things I've talked about the Nine of Wands, standing to defend, a lot of this is to defend the Constitution. Okay, there is that. Okay, no one is above the law. Okay, including the president and everything. He's going to stand there. He's got a lot of strength in his argument. That's good. Okay, so let's look in the hidden areas. What's some, hidden stuff? Now, I certainly don't want to uncover anything that, would reveal Jack's hand. No, we ain't going to do that. We don't dare do that. But just certain things Spirit want to talk about. Oh, yeah, I mean, he's aiming to put him in jail. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Bind him up and put him in jail. Oh, yeah. But also at the same time, and we also got the card interference. Well, we know Trump tried to interfere with, the election. The whole thing is about interference. That's what it's called. Okay, he wanted to interfere with the election, and it's going to land him in jail. Okay, if all goes well, right? If all goes well. That's what we're reading on. We'll be reading all year on things and stuff. So actually, the card that I've got, and this actually fits, because I just made a comment recently that Jack, I know he's a Gemmy, but he reminds me of a Scorpio. I would have to see his chart to see, is he Scorpio rising? Has he got some Mars as Scorpio? What's going on? Because he gets a Prince of Cups, which can be, very, stealth, incognito type of energy and stuff like that. So that's representing him to me. He's being kind of Scorpio-like energy. He's very, cloaked and stuff and mysterious. He's a mystery man. So that's going to be his card. Now I know what card's going to be him when I read this case and stuff. And we got the Queen of Pentacles energy. Now that usually is a card for me representing Melania and stuff. The Melania Trump has been the Queen of Pentacles for me. She is a Taurus. I know it's got the Capricorn goat very often associated, but I usually get this for her because this is the Queen card and stuff. And there's going to be things that I feel that come out. She might even get questioned in the trial. So let's see what's coming up. Here we're going to go in this energy here, what's coming up, what the Supreme Court, what are we going to be looking at and stuff. So I do got the card Gain and stuff. They're, okay, give me a minute here. I've already got a couple things going on in here. Okay, now Princess of Cups can point me to a time that's Pisces energy. And we know, let's see, it's going to be starting March 4th. That's when the trial starts. It's going to be during Pisces, okay? March 4th or 5th, something like that. And there we go. We got the Prince of Swords energy is popping up in there. So certain things with the argument, and the Prince of Swords can be a negative character at times and stuff. Certain information. I really think he's going to hang himself even more on Truth Social with some things there. But I've also got the Gain card. What did Trump have to gain in there? And just real quick, the Prince of Wands energy. I feel that's the anger, the insurrection and everything type of energy, everybody going forward and stuff like that. But I do get some Pisces energy there and stuff, not done. And stuff, what do we got there? Six of Cups and stuff. That is the pleasure card. That can be about the past, nostalgia, and everything like that. But I also, when I see the word pleasure in that, that's one of the things I think that really kind of irks him, if I give any kind of insight on Jack, is that Trump took pleasure in the insurrection. He knows all the evidence that a lot of us don't know, but there are reports that when he was sitting there in front of the TV watching the insurrection, having a good time and took pleasure in it. Past nostalgia, good times. Those were good times for Trump. He thought he was having a good laugh, okay? And I think that's the one thing that really bothers Jack Smith. Not only that we all could have lost democracy that day, but he took pleasure in it. This is what really bothers him. Okay, so one of the things the Hangman is popping up. Sometimes things can be stuck and suspended. I think one of the things he wants to do is suspend everything, as far as Trump, as far as the, this whole immunity type of thing. Okay, that's one thing. Well, actually, no, let me switch that. No, Spirit's correcting me. What he's trying to do is stop Trump from hanging up this court to have it drag in appeals. So let me correct that. Suspend it. That's what Trump and his lawyers want to do. And that's why Jack is going in and he's going on the attack here and stuff. And Trump is hoping he'll luck out. That's his intent. We're not done. Let's look at what's going on. Will Jack be successful? We're going to look at Jack cards. Changes coming. He's very passionate about that with the Princess of Wands energy. Got a lot of passion for this. He is really determined. And so I do get a little bit of disappointment there, though, in his position. But hold on. There is an upside, a silver lining. So hold on. We're not done. I also have in the environment, though, I do have the Ace of Swords, okay, which can be about the truth. Is the Supreme Court going to uphold everything like that? And so 4 Cups, we got the luxury card. We've also got, sometimes that can be missed opportunity. Hang on. And stuff. And then we've got the oppression energy. I feel that the Supreme Court is going to feel with the oppression, feel pressure on it to, the truth here with that Ace of Swords and stuff, being honest and everything, especially when we got Clarence Thomas on there, it's like, a lot of people are looking very negatively at the Supreme Court. So I feel like the justices, whether Trump appointed or not, are like, it's like, we got to save face here. If we do something sketch, everybody's going to say we're sketch and everything like that. So there's a lot. He's also boxed the Supreme Court in a position, you better do the right thing, because this sets the tone for democracy. And I feel like they know that and stuff. I've also got the sorrow, the suffering that has really been caused to America. It really bothers him. Okay, so we got the Princess of Swords, that news, information, communication. He will have a day in court. He will have his argument. He's going to stand up there. 7 of Wands, I can see that, going on the offense and going ahead presenting his case in court cases, like offense, defense, and all that stuff. We've got the 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and stuff. One more. And stuff. One of the big things that bothers him is that lust for power. Trump and the lust for power and stuff. And the 2 Geminis. Wow. Okay, so let me kind of go ahead and assess some things here. Give me a moment. I'm not done interpreting and stuff. I need some astro dice. I do like the fact the Pisces card is popping up in there, which is when the trial would be and stuff. The Prince of Swords is in there, that the truth coming out and everything about the insurrection. I do got the gain card, that he gains an advantage. Okay, so there is that. Yeah, and it should be ruled on during, I've got the Capricorn sign, so we should have an answer when the sun goes in Capricorn, possibly the 6th day. I've got number 6 and stuff and everything. So, and I look at that, yeah, I would say because we've also got the Lovers, he's going to plead his case, give the information, he's got the wisdom, he's the Hermit, he's been really stealth with his stuff. The fact that I also end with the Lovers, the 2 Geminis are going to face off. So I do believe that he should get his way, and we're going to see him go to court. Another reason I also feel it, but I still want to back it up with cards and stuff like that, is that Spirit wants this trial to be seen by everybody. Okay, there is that. That's Spirit's will. And stuff. And I know, Trump would like to prevent it, but, you can't avoid karma. Okay, there's that. But the fact we've got, the 2 Geminis are right there, it's going to go down and stuff. I feel with the 7 of Wands, he's going to have a strong argument. He knows he's very knowledgeable. He's got the wisdom. He's studying this. He's serious, but he's really bothered. Yes, of course, for everything. But the one thing that really, at least my feeling, gets Jack, that keeps him up at night, is Trump behind a TV watching the insurrection and enjoying himself. Okay, that's one thing that really, the whole thing taking democracy, but the fact he took pleasure in it because it's at the crown. That's the reason why I say that. It's one thing that just puts him on fire. Okay, that's one thing. So I do believe he's going to get his way and he'll be successful with the Supreme Court. Another reason I believe that is the Ace of Swords in the environment, which is a good thing because, you know, he's kind of putting the pressure on them to do the right thing. You know, like if they were like, oh yeah, he's immune, they know what that could do for, you know, setting the tone as a president, you know, presidents, not president, for a long time and so forth. So it looks like, you know, and there are things that the Supreme Court, like obviously to overturn the election, Trump was hoping that the Supreme Court would back him up on that. They did not. Okay. Even though there was Trump appointed people on there, they did not back him up and do anything to overturn the election. That's one thing. And so looking at the Ace of Swords, the truth, they should uphold the Constitution. The Nine of Wands can be about that for me and stuff. So I believe that Jack will be successful and stuff. And we're still going to see it on TV and kick back. Okay. So it should be good. We'll go ahead and see what happens. We should know around when the sun goes into Capricorn how that rules. I believe he does get it expedited. I do hope this helps. And yeah, I'm gonna cover the trial. You fucking know I am. All right. Have a good one.